to me, one of the challenges of this new wave of communication, of finance, of funding, all these different things is to your point, it's a free for all. So if to get people to be in alignment for something is increasingly rare, whether that's to watch a movie, to go do something, to support something, and that's because everything is so fractured, I think literally and figuratively in our country, and I would argue probably the rest of the world too, because of the real or imagined freedom that has been bestowed upon us. And I think that is overcoming that, I think, is the intellectual and the actual challenge of what's happening, the evolution that's happening in the world right now.
Yeah, that's well stated. I mean, because I thought of it like that before, but I never was able to word it in that way. And so, yeah, I would have to agree. I look at I look at it as what I call democratization or whatever, just things being unindustrialized. Let's just look at the instance of the DSLR camera or whatever, which actually opened up the movie industry. You see what I mean? Now we got dudes walking around with what's the flat camera, the Phantom or whatever it was called, the red. They got scarlet reds and they could film a movie right in their hands. And so a lot of the, industry is just a circle of the clever in order to keep the ambitious who ain't as clever as the industrious out. I mean, we can even look at the etymology of industry and it's going to lead to that. So just think about when we say, is you in the industry or not? What are they really, really, really saying? Like, because everybody think they rap. So is you in the industry mean is you in this circle that has, what I'm saying, this clever circle that is now exploiting what we do to their means. So, I mean, to benefit their own take. Sometimes I get to just running off and building and I'll be like, man, I'm
Yeah,
talking too much.
but think but think about it this way. Going back to Kemet and White Crown, for instance.
Uh-huh.
Back in that time, not everyone, but the overwhelming majority of people had to think about, worry about, and deal with getting food.
Mm-hmm.
They had to deal with the basic human food, clothing, shelter. That was not a given for billions of people. There weren't even a billion people on Earth at that point. So as time evolves and we like, you don't have to be rich in the United States. You don't even have to, you could be dirt poor in the United States and still have many choices of food, of entertainment, of all these things that are not necessary for living. They're more of your preference. And I think when you have those thousands of choices, that makes it harder for everything to happen because we have to grow this food so we can live. So all of us are going to work toward making this food or killing this animal to eat or to get clothing, because those things are gone now. And they've, at least in our country in particular, they've been gone for decades, hundreds of years probably.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that just makes it challenging to gather people from disparate backgrounds, disparate locations on the internet, etc. Because remember, it's not back in the day, it would be, I want to buy Dell's cassette online. This is the only place I can buy it. So yeah, you're going to get people to buy it. But now, it's I can get Dell.
I hear exactly what you're saying, and just how we're speaking about it generally. I guess that's why we watching brand new movies right at the house now. They're not even putting them in the theaters too, because it ain't just our industry, but it's the world is being changed in a way that almost anybody could do anything. We're overwhelmed with content, and now some are starting to even equate their likes and their clicks as social currency, so to speak. And so that's why I think we had some type of a withdrawal too. Not a withdrawal, but like if you abstain, because now we presented something that make you more powerful, because you can abstain from voting and she won't get no money. You see what I'm saying? So some people will be like, I ain't voting on this one. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, in theory, even if we talk about any industry, all of the rappers we got now, because you could just go get your Pro Tools, you don't gotta go to the big studio no more. All of the reality superstars we got, because you don't gotta go to acting school no more, because that got democratized. Only thing that really it hasn't happened to is the real highly skilled positions in society, like doctors. You can't just be an internet doctor, you know what I'm saying? Or
I
those
hope not.
yeah, exactly. I mean, unless you like stayed at a Holiday Inn or something, you know what I'm saying? But all of the other, if it ain't highly specialized like that, is a way that you could be doing it too, basically, you know what I'm saying?
And I think that's very unfortunate and dangerous. And I think tied directly into rapping, it's not. I remember growing up, one of the main, if not the main reason I didn't try to be a rapper was as a 10, 11, 12 year old. I didn't understand that Dane and KRS-One and Chuck D and Curtis Blow and all these dudes were a lot older than me, because I was like, I could never write a song like Nightmares or Basketball
Yeah,
or Roxanne Roxanne. But I didn't realize I'm 10 or 11.
yeah, yeah.
These
I will
dudes are
be there one
20.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, of course they wouldn't have wrote that song. You're 10 years old. Like, no. But I think now the difference is not everybody could write White Crown, but like you're saying, a lot of people could write fill in the blank song because it's not a intellectual endeavor of the same magnitude. And I think that when we've lost that exclusivity to it. And that to me is uh it's not good or bad, it's just different. And it's theoretically, or I would look at it as harmful, because the reverence for the craft, like you're saying, anybody can do it now because there's no reverence for it, or it's not
Yeah,
the same.
but the good part about that is now it's more out there, but anybody can't do like White Crown because of what it will be required. They would have to know to even take a person's brain in that direction. So in a sense, again, that would be the highly specialized lyricists who can still maintain their spot in the face of everything being democratized, because no matter how many people start rapping, you're not about to think of these double entendres, or you're not going to pull off your setups properly. And so even still, even though all fields are faced with this, even the dude who just picked up the DSLR ain't gonna know much about color correction as the dude who actually been in the industry and you learned all the tricks of the trades. But then we start not to over even go on so many, but what happens is we start to learn the world don't care about that. Like this is, let me give an example of this in our past. When Drake responded to um Meek Mills so quick, it was because he went into the bathroom and recorded the verse real quick. So if you listen hard, you can hear the echo of the bathroom, just because all of the standards, you see what I mean, that we previously needed to make such a hit record was cast out by now we got equipment right on us, and also it's a rapid fire type of age with this content, to where he was able to prevail more by giving us lower audio quality and quicker rapid fire and capturing the moment more in the essence. So that's something to be said about the perks of that as we talk about the cons of this as well. You know what I'm saying?
So the pro of that for you as an artist is you have the flexibility and the ease and the means of doing things at your desire, or when it strikes you to do stuff. So at this point, how has that changed for you over the years, would you say?
It depends on what time period it is in my economic life, because sometimes you got to put them back 10 toes down on like, I need to make some music. Like I being an independent artist, I might be thinking 6 months out at a time. I don't know how most people with a job might not think that far out. Some might think 3 years out at a time. Like I ain't gonna have no money in 2 years, you know what I'm saying? But me, I'll be having to think like 6 months if I ain't got no show. So in a sense, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know, bro. Because I'm about to say. I'm going down a line that I don't think. I'll have to withdraw from what I'm about to say.
Okay,
I mean, I just got to.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that being said, what should people be on the lookout for in addition to supporting White Crown?
On the lookout for, I can't really forecast like no new music or nothing like that coming because, like I said, I'm letting them pop up. But for this year, I'm going in my creative bag. But just so people know, I've been more intrigued by these type of discussions, even that we're having now. And I got my own platform, Smash Rockwell on YouTube. I've been hosting discussions with people. And I mean, today I did a 6-hour stream, just we talking about the relationship of how people are dominating Africa and all of these other things. And so I'm 47 now. My daughter just got accepted into almost every college she applied to. That would be on my mind, you know what I'm saying? And my younger daughter, I'm trying to focus on her, about to get her car. So dropping some bars, I mean, if I could get around to it, you know what I mean? But I'm really feeling good at just being a father and being able to be have a productive family and to be in the community talking about knowledgeable information.
Yeah, well, congratulations on your daughters, man. That's a beautiful thing. And
Appreciate that.
yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Casual, man, always a pleasure speaking with you, man. Thanks for coming through to Unique Access as always.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure is mine. Salute.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.
Choose one.